you got everybody on record so we can get going?
We do. Everybody's got recording privileges, and we're queued up. So, Coach, we'll allow you to start off with a statement, and then we'll open up for questions.
Hang on one second, Ken.
Okay.
That was what happens when you don't make free throws. You shoot them just absolutely atrocious. And then when you don't have an offensive rebound and you're number 2 in the country, and your offensive rebounds in the first half are dead team rebounds. Our lack of energy, our lack of effort is beyond explanation. I don't have an answer for that yet. But you can think we're ready, but I can tell mentally anytime we're missing free throws, it's a great key for the game. Overall is when you're missing free throws, you're mentally not sharp. And it ultimately bit us. And then offensively, when one player has 36, we're not going to win. Whatever Io had, 30 plus, we're not going to win. And that's an imbalance that I don't like. 10 assists. I'm proud of our guys for the fight coming back, but we committed so many silly fouls in the first half. Just over aggressiveness, just trying to guard the ball. Hands. We grab a guy's leg coming off a screen, and all those were points. And we never made them score the basketball. We just, we could never get stopped, so we could run. And our fouling was crazy tonight. So give Missouri credit. Again, we got out rebounded 9. That's a telltale sign for us. And we will get that rectified in practice. But we've got a really quick turn against a really good Minnesota team. The one thing our team has been is seasoned. This is a very good, very solid Missouri team with a ton of experience. They're one of the oldest teams in the country. They took our shot, and when we came back, and we actually had a layup, and we fumbled it. And to take the lead. But again, frustrating, aggravated, yes, but playing for a lot of things much bigger in terms of the Big Ten championship. So we'll get back to it and try to figure out how we can not foul and hopefully make some free throws.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. Brandon, you're up first. Joey on deck. Derek Piper in the hole. So go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Brad. I'm just how proud of Io are you after a game like this?
Well, when you get down 13, all you're trying to do is grind your way back into it possession by possession, and we're trying to do it without the clock running. And so it was just a matter of him driving the basketball. I would prefer him never to have to score that many points. He makes plays because he's a good player. But as I told him, he also can't have 6 turnovers in a game that we only have 13. So Io's a really good player. He missed 2 big free throws, which we all know Io never does. But again, that's on us. We've got to play better offense. But the circumstances were that we had to try to score. We were taking advantage of their switch, and Io makes plays, which good players do.
And then that possession when you were down 3 with the ball under 10 seconds, was that kind of the look you wanted, or what kind of shot did you want out of that scenario?
No, we were trying to drive it to the rim. I told him, I said, if you get a clean look and you get an angle, go ahead and shoot it. But if not, 11 seconds is a long time. And we were trying to get to the rim for a quick 2, and then hit him again for a foul and hope that there's missed free throws. So I don't try to go for a three unless it's, 7, 8 seconds. But again, that was not the shot we were looking for, but he took it.
Okay, Joey, you're up. Derek Piper on deck.
Hey, Brad, you've talked so much about, defense and free throw. With the veteran team like this, are you surprised to see that kind of result here in a game like this?
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I mean, it's just the fouls that took place when they were not scoring. I mean, they were just, plays with coming off the ball screen, and we just run up and put our hands on them. And, we had a big turnover late when Curbelo chucks a guy that, we run a play into the half, and, and we grab a guy's leg and he falls down and they call a foul. And, those are plays that you can't make. And again, it's plays that we got to be smart. We got to learn from, because all those turn into points. And, going into the game, Tillman's a 27% free throw shooter. And when you get putting them on the line, then they all go in, and, he makes them.
Then, I mean, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Skip me.
All right, we'll go Derek Piper next. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I'm not trying to cost you any money. I know you don't want to talk about referees and such, but what did you see out of that call on Kofi? Did you get an explanation? Did you see the replay? What did that change for you guys?
I just heard I have not seen it. I've just heard what Dion told me on the radio, was that he had his arm grabbed, that he didn't throw it. They explained to me that it was above the head or above the shoulders, and any contact is above the shoulders is going to be a flagrant one. So I haven't looked at it yet, Derek, but that's what they told me. It was above the shoulders, and that's so I'll, the way it sounds like I'm going to be ticked when I look at it.
You mentioned not wanting to have Iowa to do that much heavy lifting offensively. What were you not getting out of some other guys? I know Kofi had a couple of dunks later in the second half, but what did you need to see from some other guys?
Well, we had no post-ups in the first half. I mean, zero, none. I mean, there was no ball movement. We felt like we had great matchups to go and attack them, and we just didn't, we didn't make any stops. There wasn't any flow, and it was we're always our best when we play inside out, and it's something that again, we got a little stagnant just because of all the fouls, and then we couldn't get any easy baskets and running, and we still scored 20 points in under 7 seconds, but it was no flow, and then there was no ball movement. And we're a really good passing team, and when the ball zips for us, we're really hard to guard. And for whatever reason tonight, it did not.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, we'll go Scott Ritchie.
Brad, you talked about Xavier Benson yesterday, and just, him using his speed as a point of attack with their transition offense. How much of a difference did he make in that regard as Missouri built its lead there in the first half?
Well, they were great in transition early, and then it was a mishap on us, a transition defense that gave Brown a three, in transition. And I'm transition is about communication, and he puts a lot of pressure on you just because of his speed. So he gives them a different look. There's no doubt that, you get Drew Smith there. He doesn't have his blazing speed. He plays a different way. But again, he's a good player, and he's a veteran. He's got some savvy to him. And, I thought we did a much better job on him late, but all that was in the half court.
And then, with the rebounding, the most you'd been out-rebounded by this season, not by a lot, but still the most. Was it effort thing or technique, or just Missouri just went after it? How did you see that?
Oh, no, it's all effort. You can't rebound if you don't go. And then if you get hit and you don't give a second effort and force that defender to move when you're blocked out, that's effort. I will get that problem solved. I promise you. I promise you. That is all effort. And that's what we try to hang our hat on. And we had none. We had 3 team offensive rebounds in the first half. No one on our team had an offensive rebound in the first half. That is something that I don't know if I've ever had in my career, ever had that. And we will get that problem, I promise you, solved.
Okay, we'll go Brett Barons and then we'll go Tyler Cottingham. Go ahead, Brett.
Brett, how disappointing was the last 5 or 6 possessions when you guys came up empty on a majority of those?
Yeah, I mean, when you don't make free throws, the ball hits you in your hands and you fumble it, you've got to dunk. You know, we turn it over. You know, and you can't do that. I mean, turn it over, just getting our ball taken. I mean, just literally getting our ball taken. That's ball toughness, and miss 2 free throws, and you know, make a great play, and ball hits us in our hands, and we fumble it. That's frustrating because all we can do is we can't go out and make baskets, and it was the same stuff that we had been running prior to that got us back in the game. And again, Drew Smith is a monster on the ball defensively, a monster. And he won the game for him because of his defense.
Real quick, how do you feel overall your team is at as you head into conference play here? Are you happy with the progress you've made?
Yeah, I've been really pleased. We've been tested. We've been smacked. We've been you know, we played with great energy against Baylor, and they were better. They were better than us that night. You know, this night reminded me of the Ohio game when we're just flat. There's no life to anything we did. We are able to win that game, and then tonight we get beat on the road. And again, I go back to the free throw shooting. That's such a mental component. And I don't know, maybe we've got to continue to stress them more in practice to make free throws. And you know, Carvelo's 2 of 6 in the first half. That's unexcusable. And so I think we're okay. I think we're in a good place. But we know when you're ranked and you have the expectations that we do, everybody's going to give their best shot and give us their best shot. And tonight we didn't match that.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, we'll go Gavin, Alec, and then Shannon. Go ahead, Gavin.
Hey, Brad, there was a period with about 8 minutes left in the game where Missouri made a bunch of shots in a row. I think it was 5 or 6, and stretched that lead out to 13. You mentioned you guys did a pretty good job of clawing your way back into the game. Was there anything specifically that comes to mind with how players responded there after that?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of our bounce back, or the one thing I've got to do is we got to get Georgie on the floor and more. And of course, Georgie is absolutely our best defender in terms of his communication, his skill, his IQ is really good. The first half that was a problem, and then there in the second half, he provides energy, he provides enthusiasm, he's smart, and then they make some shots, but we started to play with a decent amount of energy when we were making that comeback. You can't do that, and I love the fact we had enough resolve to come back, and yet we still didn't make the plays, and I'm really disappointed in our energy and in our effort tonight. It was not good.
You mentioned the Ohio game and the Baylor game. In those games, it seemed like those are teams that had really good guard play in general. But in those games, Missouri's guards, really did a lot tonight. Is there anything besides effort that you see that translated from those games into this game?
Well, when you put them on the free throw line as much as we did tonight, that doesn't help. You can't put guards on the line. They're going to make them. Yeah, I mean, Jason Preston's a pro. He's going to be a first-round pick. And then Baylor's got 3 really good guards. We were really good against them. Tonight we knew that we got 3 veteran guards that have played a ton of minutes, and they're good, and they're old, and they're strong. They're completely different. Drew Smith plays with pace. Mark Smith is a shooter, and then Pinson does it with speed. And so, I thought we were fine. I'm just disappointed in the fact that we fouled them so much and didn't make them earn it until late in the game when it was, we made some good stops here and some good plays, but early on the fouling was just ridiculous.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Alec, and then Shannon, and then I'll have to be it with Coach. Go ahead, Alec.
Hey, Coach, I know you're really confident in Trent and Adam shooting the ball, but how much more do you need them to score? I mean, Trent had 4 tonight and Adam only had 2, and he didn't get very many shots either.
Yeah, it's terrible ball movement. We're not going to win when Io scores 36. That's horrible. I hate that. I don't like anything about it. Again, the circumstances put us in that. But again, no good basketball team. And when we're at our best, we have 6 guys in double figures. We're moving it. We're sharing it. And we ran horrible offense tonight. And again, give Missouri credit. I'm really frustrated. When we're good, the ball goes inside. We play inside out. We play with pace. We move it and we share it. And we didn't do any of that tonight. And we've got to figure that piece out, because we're never going to win with Io doing what he did tonight. We came from behind, but we're not going to beat good teams with him doing that.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up with Shannon. Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, you mentioned being tested, and I'm just wondering, with the stretch with Baylor, Duke, or Missouri team that's going to be ranked and undefeated, just what you hope this maybe the payoff is down the road. You think of some really good teams in the postseason. Michigan State, some of their best teams always play, really tough non-conference, and it seems to pay off down the line. Other teams too. How do you hope this works for you?
Trying to follow that same pattern, Shannon. I've never dodged anybody, and the unfortunate thing is that usually in a normal season, you get a few cupcakes. You get somebody that you can get. Jacob Grandison. Jacob hasn't played much, and Jacob can really help us. And it's about earning trust, and you earn that in some of those easier games. We don't have that. COVID has cut that short, and so you rely on the people that you know and that you trust, and then we're putting 3 freshmen out there, and they are going to have some ups and downs, and but that will pay off for us later in the year, because we've played great people, and they're not going to be intimidated because we're 6-0 and we've played Sisters of the Poor, so to speak. And all of a sudden we see the league games come around. We're going to be seasoned, and we've seen the best guards, some of the best guards that this country has to offer. And then we've played with a ton of emotion and not handled the scouting report any good, like we did against Baylor. We played flatter than heck against Ohio, found a way to win. We played flatter than heck again tonight against a good team, and we got beat. And at some point we've got to grow. But our schedule, I've said it's the toughest in the history of the school, and it was done for a reason. But we've got to continue to grow and learn from that, and we got 20 games to do that.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We'll move
Thank
on to Io, who's in the